Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Again, this site is a little behind. I want to get this to you as fast as possible. So we're just going to take a look at the images on Twitter. So on the left-hand side here, we have the Daring Demolisher. This looks like it might be the same card that's at the bar in sets reveal on like the first day, I think. Though 2 cost, 3/1, play, deal 1 to the enemy nexus, or activate an ally's plunder effect. So Noxus card, really interesting, very aggressive. Going to be good for a lot of those more aggressive champions, such as LeBlanc or Darius. But it is awesome that it has both a plunder effect and then also just a on-play effect. And the fact that you can choose, I always like to be able the ability to have a choice just gives you more versatility. Also, all of these card art look like it's going to be awesome. So we have another 2 cost, Father Fury. Plunder, refill 1 spell mana and create a random 1 cost spell from your regions in hand. 2/1, again aggressive. I'm guessing these are all the Samira support cards. She's probably a World Walker champion, so she can just put all these cards from different regions in her deck. And this is also elusive. Plunder, refill 1 spell mana and create a random 1 cost spell from your regions in hand. So again, you could play this, and then you could have the Daring Demolisher, trigger that plunder effect again. We have the 4 cost Enerva, 1/5, when you activate plunder, draw 1 and give it fleeting. So clearly Samira going to have a lot of plunder synergy. So interesting that this has such low attack or power. So this is more going to be one you want to just sit on your board and constantly generating extra cards for you with that draw effect. More elusives though, so that's pretty strong. Then we have Dame the Despoiler. 3 cost, 3/3. Plunder, grant all allies 1 power. Again, very aggressive. Noxus card. So with Samira coming to Path of Champions and all of her cards being very aggressive and also having that plunder effect, I think she's going to be pretty fun to play. Let's take a look at the other cards. So we have a spell here that's Burst, Barbed Chain, 4 cost. Plunder, I cost 2 less. Draw 2 at the next round start, give them fleeting. Interesting. Pirouette, 2 cost slow. Plunder, I cost 1 less. Deal 1 to everything and stun an enemy. Pretty strong cards here. Again, having to trigger that plunder effect with essentially every one of her cards almost having some sort of synergy with plunder. Then we have the 3 cost Brazen Buccaneer, Brash. So that's new. Summon a random 1 cost follower and grant it Brash. So 3 cost and 2 power. I don't think we have this at the moment. I'll let you guys know as soon as we do. All right, so the site now has the cards. Still can't click on them to look at their card art though. So I think I will do that in the next video. These seem like very aggressive cards, all having that plunder and then Brash effect. I think Samira is going to be a lot of fun because normally very aggressive champions are a lot of fun to play in Path of Champions. Really looking forward to that. These cards all have a lot of personality. So while I did like sets cards and how they're all focused around this one brawling pit or arena, I really like how, again, all these cards have their own personality and they look like they're still going to be focused, at least some of them, around that arena, like the Daring Demolisher. I think this was the person at the bar. I think you can see that pit fight in the background. The same with the Despoiler. So it will be interesting to see there. Hopefully we get Samira tomorrow. Really looking forward. I think this is going to be a great patch and a lot of fun champions for Path of Champions. Definitely comment down below what you guys think of these units. All right, let's take a look at the card art that we missed yesterday. So first we have the Flash Bomb Peddler. So we see him here trying to get people to buy his flash bombs, and probably the best thing in this photo, well, 2 things. 1, I love that clearly the bombs have exploded in his face as he has like scuff marks on his arms and face. I think that's pretty hilarious. But then also right here, we see the Puff Cap Peddler. So they're both Peddler cards. They both function the same way, just for their appropriate decks. So it seems it's funny how the Puff Cap Peddler is very unimpressed with the Flash Bomb Peddler, and I think that's pretty adorable. All right, taking a look at the next card, we have the Augmented Clockling. So it looks like Echo in the background found and it has been tampering with a Clockling. It is pretty adorable. I don't know if it actually fell apart itself or if it was taken apart. It looks like he's using its other arm as almost a hammer. Almost looks like it's kind of a Frankenstein monster with Echo trying to bring it back to life. Pretty adorable though. I always like the Clocklings. I think this right here on the side, this might be the sub for the cat, as you see in like the submersible, I think it's called. So that might be what that is there. All right, next we have the Secret Keeper. Alright, it generally just looks pretty cool. Definitely Zillion vibes. Not really anything too noteworthy, it's just really cool art in the Shuriman Desert, essentially. Is this his beard? Is his beard so long that he has it like tucked into his belt and then it's coming out at the bottom as well? Oh, that's interesting. Alright, next we have the Fallen Sands General, and I just think this card is probably going to look awesome. And yeah, it looks pretty awesome. So much like the last card, there's not too much to see as far as anything hidden in the background, but the Sand General, it looks like he might be dissolving his own sand soldiers and turning them into swords. Man, Azir's forces definitely is not something you would want to fight up against. It's kind of terrifying, an entire army that's just made up of sand and can change and reform at will. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Sad there's not really too much of a hidden detail at all, but definitely cool. Alright, now we just have the pie toss and the pastry. So, yep, just what you'd figure, just the pie. Then we have the perilous pastry, which, yeah, just the pie with an anvil. Overall, I like these cards a lot. Oh, actually, we missed one more. The Carved Blade Twirler. So, pretty cool card. Definitely, obviously inspired by the Fey Blade Twirler. Looks really cool, coming out of a portal in what looks like Ionia. I do like how they made a couple cards that serve the same purpose as other cards, just for a different playstyle. So the fact that we have the Flash Bomb Peddler, and the fact that he is trying to sell Flash Bombs to the Puffcat Peddler, I think that's awesome. It's also funny seeing Echo tampering with the Augmented Clockling, because the Clockling is Zillion's support units, and Zillion and Echo are both predict decks. So it's funny seeing a Clockling that is now, instead of being in Shurima, is in Piltover and Zon. And then the Carved Blade Twirler, obviously filling the same role as the Fey Blade Twirler, but this one is just Augment, whereas the other one scales off stuns. So these support cards are really cool, and I hope we see more of these in the future.